unlocking the secrets the little engine that could fly revealed.
In the heart of the picturesque town of Aviation, where the clickety-clack of train wheels on tracks harmonized with the hum of everyday life, there resided a little steam engine named Whistle Wick.
The town's rail yard was Whistle Wick's domain, and every day
he chugged along the tracks with his cargo, a dedicated worker like any other locomotive.
However, beneath his steel exterior, Whistle Wick harbored dreams that transcended the mundane routine of the rail yard. One clear morning, as the golden sun painted the sky, Whistle Wick found himself idly puffing along the tracks. His eyes, usually fixed on the rails, were drawn upward by a mesmerizing sight. A flock of birds, their wings outstretched, danced across the heavens in perfect harmony.
Whistle Wick couldn't help but feel a yearning in the depths
of his bestonsa desire to break free from the earthbound constraints of the tracks and join the birds in their graceful flight. As he chugged along, the idea of flying became an obsession for Whistle Wick. Every whistle he blew seemed to carry a secret melody, a tune of liberation that resonated within him.
The rhythmic beat of his wheels transformed into a hopeful cadence, echoing the dreams that swirled in his mechanical heart.
That night, under the vast canopy of stars, Whistle Wick gathered his fellow engines in the train yard. His determination, fueled by the vision of soaring through the sky, spilled forth as he shared his dream. The other engines exchanged glances, a mixture of amusement and skepticism painted on their steel faces. Flying was for birds, not for humble steam engines bound by tracks. Undeterred by the chuckles that echoed through the train yard,
Whistle Wick turned to the town's eccentric inventor, Professor Gearsworth. Known for his imaginative contraptions and open-minded spirit, Professor Gearsworth was the perfect ally for a dreamer like Whistle Wick. In the cluttered workshop filled with gears, cogs, and whirring inventions, Whistle Wick poured out his heart to the elderly inventor.
"I want to fly, Professor. I want to soar through the sky like those birds. Can it be done?"
Professor Gearsworth, a man with wild white hair and a twinkle in his eyes, studied Whistle Wick for a moment. "Flying steam engines, you say?" he mused, tapping his chin with a wrench. "Well, my friend, it's an ambitious idea, but there's nothing wrong with a bit of ambition. Let's see what we can do." And so, the unlikely duo of a determined steam engine and an inventive professor began their journey into the realm of the improbable. The train yard became a makeshift laboratory, and the air was filled with the clinks of metal and the hiss of steam as Whistle Wick and Professor Gearsworth experimented with wings, propellers, and other fantastical contraptions.
Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, as the workshop buzzed with creativity.
Whistle Wick, under Professor Gearsworth's guidance, became more than a locomotive. He transformed into a canvas of innovation. Gears adorned his sides, and wings extended from his frame like a mechanical bird on the cusp of flight. The townsfolk, initially puzzled by the peculiar sight of a steam engine with wings, began to witness the evolution of Whistle Wick's dream. The once skeptical engines in the train yard observed with a mixture of curiosity and admiration as their friend embraced the impossible. One sunny afternoon, the moment of truth arrived. Whistle Wick, adorned with his newly crafted flying apparatus, taxied onto a specially constructed runway.
The townspeople gathered, their eyes filled with a combination of anticipation and doubt.
Whistle Wick, however, felt a surge of determination coursing through his pistons.
With a resounding hiss, he engaged the propellers, and the wings began to flap. The air resonated with the rhythmic beat of machinery and the whoosh of wind as Whistle Wick gained speed.
Slowly but steadily, his wheels left the ground, and the crowd gasped in unison. Whistle Wick was flying. The little steam engine, once confined to the tracks, soared into the boundless sky. His wheels no longer clinked against the rails. Instead, they danced in the air, defying gravity.
The townsfolk watched in awe as Whistle Wick circled above, leaving a trail of steam in his wake.
For Whistle Wick, the sensation was beyond words. The wind whistled through his wings, and the world below unfolded like a vibrant tapestry. The once skeptical engines in the train yard blew their whistles in a symphony of acknowledgement, and the townspeople erupted in cheers. Whistle Wick, the little engine that dared to dream, had conquered the skies. But as the first section of Whistle Wick's journey unfolded, the challenges that lay ahead were yet to be faced. The skies, vast and unpredictable,
held both the thrill of adventure and the shadows of uncertainty.
The little engine, however, was fueled not only by steam, but by the spark of imagination that had ignited his extraordinary journey.
News of Whistle Wick's extraordinary flight spread like wildfire throughout Verville and beyond. The once skeptical townsfolk now marveled at their little steam engine, who had defied the laws of nature and taken to the skies.
Whistle Wick became a symbol of inspiration, and his tale resonated far and wide, capturing the imagination of dreamers and engineers alike. The train yard, once a place of routine and predictability, now buzzed with a newfound energy. Whistle Wick's fellow engines, who had initially chuckled at the notion of a flying steam engine, now looked up to him with admiration.
Whistles blew in a chorus of support as the once humble locomotive taxied onto the tracks, his wings folded neatly by his side.
But for Whistle Wick and Professor Gearsworth, this was just the beginning. The little engine, fueled by the success of his maiden flight, yearned for more. The skies were vast, and the dream of true aviation beckoned. In the heart of Everville, the inventor's workshop echoed with the clinks and clatters of machinery. Professor Gearsworth, his mind ignited by the success of the flying apparatus, was determined to enhance and perfect their creation. Whistle Wick, his pistons pumping with excitement, became a willing participant in every experiment. The duo delved into the intricacies of aeronautical engineering, refining the design of the wings, experimenting with lightweight materials, and enhancing the propellers for greater efficiency. The towns are filled with the rhythmic symphony of machinery as they tirelessly worked on evolving Whistle Wick's flying apparatus. As weeks turned into months, the improvements were evident. Whistle Wick's wings now bore a sleek design, and his propellers were more streamlined. Professor Gearsworth, with a glint of satisfaction in his eyes, declared, "My dear Whistle Wick, we've only just scratched the surface of what is possible. The skies are vast, and so are the possibilities that await us." And so, with a newfound determination, Whistle Wick took to the skies once again.
The townsfolk, accustomed to the spectacle, watched with renewed awe as the little engine soared overhead. But this time, there was a difference. Whistle Wick's flight was smoother, more graceful, a testament to the advancements made in the workshop.
The journey beyond Everville's borders began. Whistle Wick explored neighboring towns,
traversing landscapes that had only been seen from the confines of tracks.
The little steam engine became a sensation, drawing crowds wherever he went. Children pointed in wonder, and adults gazed with a mix of astonishment and pride.
Yet, the skies weren't without challenges.
Whistle Wick encountered turbulent winds, sudden storms, and gusts that threatened to push him off course.
But with each obstacle, the little engine learned to navigate the unpredictable nature of the sky. The once skeptical engines in the train yard, witnessing Whistle Wick's aerial exploits, now saw him as a pioneer, a trailblazer who had ventured beyond the known.
Everville, too, embraced its newfound fame. The town adorned itself with banners celebrating Whistle Wick's achievements.
The inventor's workshop, once hidden away in a corner, became a hub of innovation that attracted visitors from far and wide.
Professor Gearsworth, reveling in the success of his collaboration with Whistle Wick,
continued to dream up new inventions that pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible.
But Whistle Wick's ambitions knew no bounds. The little steam engine, having tasted the freedom of the skies, yearned for an even grander adventure.
The concept of an airship, a vessel that could carry him to distant lands, took root in his mechanical mind. It was an audacious dream, but one that he couldn't let go.
Professor Gearsworth, ever the dreamer himself, embraced Whistle Wick's idea. Together, they designed a magnificent airship, a floating marvel of gears, propellers, and wings. The townsfolk, initially skeptical of the ambitious project, soon found themselves captivated by the vision of an airship that could carry their intrepid hero to the far reaches of the world. The construction of the airship became a community effort. The people of Everville, inspired by Whistle Wick's journey and fueled by a newfound sense of possibility, rallied together. The airship, adorned with the town's emblem and powered by Professor Gearsworth's ingenious inventions, stood proudly in the center of Everville, ready to carry Whistle Wick on the next leg of his extraordinary adventure. As the day of departure approached, the air in Everville was filled with a mix of excitement and bittersweet anticipation. Whistle Wick, perched atop the airship, looked out over the town that had supported and believed in him. The townsfolk, gathered in the square, waved their handkerchiefs and blew whistles, expressing their gratitude and farewells. And so, with a resounding blast of steam and a rhythmic flutter of wings, Whistlewick's airship ascended into the boundless sky, carrying the little steam engine toward an adventure that transcended the familiar horizons of Eberville. The second chapter of his journey had begun, and the dreams that had once seemed impossible were now written across the canvas of the open sky. Whistlewick's airship cut through the clouds, ascending into the vast expanse of the unknown.
The people of Eberville, their gazes fixed on the disappearing silhouette of the flying steam engine, felt a mixture of pride and nostalgia.
Whistlewick had become more than a local hero. He was a symbol of dreams taking flight. As the airship sailed through the skies, Whistlewick marveled at the world below. Towns and landscapes unfolded like a vibrant patchwork quilt,
and the once familiar tracks seemed like tiny threads connecting the vast canvas of the earth.
The wind whistled through the airship's propellers, carrying whispers of adventure and the promise of discovery. Professor Gearsworth, standing beside Whistlewick on the airship's deck, couldn't contain his excitement.
My dear Whistlewick, we're embarking on an adventure that will be talked about for generations. The world awaits us.
And so, the journey beyond Eberville became a tale of exploration and camaraderie. Whistlewick, fueled by the dreams that had taken him from the train yard
to the skies, encountered new landscapes, cultures, and challenges.
The airship touched down in distant lands, where people greeted the flying steam engine with a mix of astonishment and hospitality. In each new town, Whistlewick shared the story of his humble beginnings and the power of dreams. The airship became a travelling spectacle, a symbol of innovation
that captured the imaginations of those who believed in the magic of possibilities. Children marveled at the flying steam engine, their eyes reflecting the same spark of wonder that had ignited Whistlewick's journey. The challenges of the journey were not to be underestimated.
Storms raged, and turbulent winds tested the resilience of the airship.
But Whistlewick, with the courage that had propelled him from the tracks to the skies, faced each obstacle head-on. The airship, a testament to Professor Gearsworth's ingenuity,
weathered the storms and soared through the challenges, leaving a trail of inspiration in its wake. In the course of the journey, Whistlewick encountered fellow dreamers, inventors, explorers, and visionaries who, like him, dared to push the boundaries of what was deemed possible. Together, they exchanged stories and ideas, forming a network of like-minded individuals who believed in the extraordinary. The landscapes changed from bustling cities to serene countrysides, from snow-capped mountains to sun-drenched deserts. Whistlewick's airship touched down in places where the skies seemed endless and the horizon stretched beyond the imagination. Each landing brought new friendships and fresh perspectives, shaping the little steam engine's understanding of the world. As Whistlewick continued his journey, whispers of a mysterious land reached his ears.
A place untouched by the hands of time, said to be hidden beyond the highest peaks and veiled in a shroud of mystery.
The allure of the unknown beckoned, and Whistlewick, driven by an insatiable curiosity, set a course for this mythical destination. The ascent to the highest peaks proved to be the most challenging leg of the journey. The air grew thinner, and the airship strained against the altitude. Yet, Whistlewick pressed on, his mechanical heart filled with determination. As the airship reached the summit, a breathtaking sight unfolded, a hidden valley bathed in the glow of an otherworldly light.
The people of this secluded land, untouched by the hustle and bustle of the outside world, greeted Whistlewick with warmth and curiosity.
Their way of life was simple, yet rich with tradition and wisdom. Whistlewick, humbled by the serenity of the valley, shared tales of his adventures and the transformative power of dreams. As the days passed, Whistlewick and his airship became an integral part of the valley's landscape.
The people, inspired by the flying steam engine's journey, exchanged knowledge and traditions with their newfound friend.
It was a harmonious blend of innovation and tradition, a testament to the enduring spirit of exploration that connected hearts across cultures.
But as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow over the valley, Whistlewick felt a tinge of nostalgia.
The journey, though extraordinary, had been a constant forward motion. The time had come to bid farewell to the hidden valley and return to the skies, guided by the dreams that had led him there. The airship ascended once again, leaving the mystical land behind.
The people of the valley waved their goodbyes, their smiles echoing the universal language of dreams.
Whistle Wick, with the lessons of the hidden valley etched into his mechanical
heart, continued the journey through the ever-expanding skies.
The return journey to Everville was marked by a mix of reflection and anticipation. Whistle Wick, having explored the farthest reaches of the world, carried the essence of each encounter. The airship touched down in towns and cities, where people marveled at the flying steam engine's tales of adventure and discovery. Finally, as the airship descended upon Everville, the town that had witnessed the inception of Whistle Wick's dreams erupted in cheers.
The people, who had bid farewell to their little hero with a mix of pride and nostalgia, welcomed him back with open arms.
Whistle Wick's journey had not only transcended the skies, but had also woven the threads of inspiration into the fabric of Everville. As the airship landed in the town square, the people of Everville, young and old, gathered to celebrate the return of their intrepid hero. Professor Gearsworth, with tears of pride in his eyes, embraced Whistle Wick.
The once skeptical engines in the train yard blew their whistles in a symphony of acknowledgement,
acknowledging the transformation of a humble locomotive into a pioneer of the skies. The journey beyond, though filled with challenges and wonders, had come full circle. Whistle Wick, the little steam engine that could fly, had not only defied gravity, but had also left an indelible mark on the hearts of those who believed in the magic of dreams.
As the sun set over Everville, casting a warm glow over the town, Whistle Wick realized that the most extraordinary journeys were not
measured in miles, but in the transformative power of the dreams that fueled them.